Hi, this is Richard Campo from Rose Capital Partners. In this short video, I'm going to talk through the three main things you need to think about if you're using your bonus and looking to get a mortgage. And what I'll do at the end as well is just finish with an example just to bring the numbers to life and show you how this works. The first point is the frequency. So how often are you paid your bonus? That does have a very big impact. So the more frequently the bonus is paid, the more it's taken into account. So for example, if you get monthly or quarterly bonuses, quite a few banks will take 100% of that into account. If you get paid annual bonuses, it's fair to say on average banks will take about half of that bonus into account. Now the second point is around the history, and this links to the first. So how long have you been in your role? So if you've been in your role 2 years plus, most banks are a bit more liberal in their calculations, and they might take more than 50% of an annual bonus, for example. Some will take 100%, some take a bit less, or somewhere in the middle. But again, if you've been in your role 2-3 years with a solid track record, it's fair to say banks can take more of that into account. If you've recently changed jobs, and this does catch a lot of people out, and maybe you've not even been paid a bonus in your new role, your previous bonuses won't count for the vast majority of lenders. There are sometimes exceptions, but that is an exception to the rule. And that leads to the final and third point, which is around the sustainability of the bonus. So for example, if you've made huge sums of money over the last few years selling PPE, some banks aren't going to look on that very favourably. But what they will look on more favourably is, are you in a steady industry? What has your bonus period been, certainly through COVID? How much has that been impacted or not been impacted? So the sustainability and the sector you looked at is looked at. So you can't just take the numbers at face value or just those first 2 points on their own. But just to bring this to life then, so a brief example is, let's say for example your basic salary is 100,000 and you got paid one annual bonus in a new role and it was £100,000 also. The most conservative of lenders wouldn't even account that bonus because you don't have a 2-year track record. It would only take 4.5 times your basic salary. So on the sort of most cautious side, some banks would only offer you 450,000. On the most generous, they'd take all of your bonus, all of your income, and go to 5.5 times your salary. So that's a loan of sort of 1.1 million. So the range in that example is anywhere between 450,000 to 1.1 million is the range at which banks will offer. And dependent on how much you need to borrow will be dependent upon what bank we look at. And that drives the terms that we look at as well. So hopefully that's been useful. If this has brought up any questions or things you'd like to talk through with the team, please do get in contact. We'd love to help.